I decided to drive down to my mate's place, and it was an hour down south. I'd go down pretty much every weekend at this point, just because my mate and his flatmate were cool guys to hang out with. I would stay the night and sleep in the lounge room. It would feel good to get out of town, due to working so much and making new friends was something I enjoyed doing. Since I lost my license for 9 months prior, I wasn't hanging out with as many people in town as I used to at this point. This night, we would be having drinks and smoking a little bit of weed. It was always chill being there. We then decided to go for a walk down to the river. It was late, but we were buzzing, so we wanted to do something. It wasn't a long walk to the river, as my mates lived pretty much a block away. The three of us started walking, and it was pretty quiet out. It was a Friday night too. Normally it was busier. Maybe nothing was going on in town that night. We got down to the river, and it was kind of dark down there, but you could still see where you were going. There was a boat ramp straight ahead, and there was a walking trail to the left that would follow along the river, so we took it. Along the trail, you would walk up on top of the embankment of the river, and there were sandbars along the river by the water's edge that looked like mini beaches. We walked along the track for about 10 minutes, and we looked down at the sandbar and see a figure of a man standing there. That was odd. What was he doing just standing there in the dark? He was just gazing out at the water. We kind of got a little bit spooked, so we turned around and started walking back the way we came. I would look behind us to see if we were being followed or not. It looks like that we weren't. I don't even know if the man had even seen us, but I'm sure he would have heard us talking and walking through the bush trail at least. We got back to the boat ramp, and now we could see someone walking up the trail. It was the man we had seen. Was he now following us, or just walking in our general direction? We walked back out onto the street and walked up the next street. That guy looks like he's following us now. I had a feeling. Let's not walk home just yet. We walked up onto the main road, and the guy was still following us. We then started to walk faster, and then we turned and ran down a walkway that goes from the main road back into my mate's street. We ran as fast as we could, so the man couldn't see us down the alleyway and which direction we were going. We turned left and sprinted towards my mate's house. Along the way was a power box on the side of the street. We quickly hid behind it and looked back from where we ran from. The man emerged from the walkway. He stopped and looked in both directions. We were now hoping he wasn't going to walk in our direction. Luckily, he walked back towards the river. When he was far enough away, we sprinted back towards my mate's house. We got back to his house, got inside and locked the doors. Do we call the police? I'll call them. I'll let them know there's a creepy guy hanging around and that he just followed us up from the river. My mate called them and told them what had happened. Apparently, there's been other reports of the same thing happening to other people as well. The police were out looking for him, but were unsuccessful. My mate told them where he had been seen, and now his last movements. Hopefully the guy would have been found that night, but we heard no follow-up on the guy, and we hadn't encountered him again, thankfully.